if you were Bob Myers of the Warriors, you do what coming off of the loss to the Lakers, who are honestly, you know, I know fans are somewhat sick of the Lakers, even though, you know, they haven't done much since the bubble. They are, if you will, the Cowboys of the NBA. So a lot of folks get fatigued, but what they have done is remarkable. If you are the Warriors, though, you do what now? What do you do, Michael?
Well, if I'm the Warriors, I try to make sure that I can keep Bob Myers. That's number one.
Right.
Bob's going to have or has opportunities right now. And Draymond Green referred to that the other night. That he hopes that Bob Myers stays when you're talking about his own situation.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, Bob's the architect of this. There's no buts about it. Although, you know, they made a couple of mistakes. Well, who doesn't? What personnel people don't in professional sports, and particularly at the highest level where Bob Myers has made a lot more great decisions than mistakes. But the first thing is the Warriors, you keep them unless you have your eye on somebody where you go, this is our next guy. And you could have that. If you're Bob Myers, you got to figure out in terms of spending money, because the owners have talked privately about that with various people at various times, hushed tones. And look at the luxury tax bill. I'm not sitting in front of that number, Rich, but it's huge already. They paid Jordan Poole a bunch. That I don't know that that's a great decision as it's going to turn out. Draymond Green is up for next, either opting in or being a free agent. What do you do at 33 years old with Draymond Green? So you got a lot going on. Is Klay Thompson – first of all, you're not going to get rid of Klay Thompson, but can Klay Thompson be any more at this age with all the wear and tear on his legs? Can he be the Klay Thompson who's going straight to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot and is one of the 3 greatest shooters to ever live? So you got some big questions to answer if you're still there. And maybe this is when Bob Myers says, you know what? This has been the greatest run imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go over here across the street because here's what they got going on. And it could just be Tom. He's allowed. He can say, I did it. We did it. We all did it. I love it. I mean, the last dance doesn't just pertain to the Chicago Bulls necessarily. So I personally don't think these Warriors, this group will win another championship. I don't. Would I try to put them back to keep them together? Of course I would try. But I don't. I just think the caravan moves on. There are too many good teams out there, Rich. Look how many good teams. You mentioned the Lakers. We've never seen in the NBA, and by never, I mean never, seen a league where a half dozen teams could win a championship in a year. That's not how this sport is. That's how pro football is. It's not pro basketball. Mm-hmm. Pro basketball is about the journey of the 2 or 3 best teams, and can someone knock any or all of them off? That's pro basketball in a star-driven sport. And so I don't know that there's a lot of people coming, man. There's teams in small markets that are great. Like Oklahoma City's got 1 million draft picks and young players who are like a young Golden State probably right now.
Yeah, and somebody's going to get rich with Victor Wembanyama in about 24 hours too. And and we haven't mentioned the Nuggets. You mentioned DeAndre Ayton looking the way that he did. Maybe Jokic can make virtually anybody look like that. And the rest of the shooters around him and the rest of that team. You're right. I mean, anybody can win it right now. I mean, you really can. So who do you put?
Many teams that can.
Yeah, the Heat too.
One of them.
The Heat too.
I'm not going to say nobody paid attention, but we didn't pay attention at the level that we do because you got to prove it first. Mm-hmm. But Jokic is a marvel, Rich, and you're West, and I know you can still watch even with the hours you keep. You can still see.
Oh yeah.
See the best players across the country, but back east where I am, sometimes. I split my life now. People don't know Jokic because he's playing at best at 9, and starting at 9:30 Eastern a lot of nights.
Yeah.
And in the West, he's probably 50 of his games are later than that. And they don't see him. And you can't learn to appreciate Jokic from SportsCenter. That's not how it works. You got to see him, and people are going to really get to see him for the first time. And I can't wait to see what the reaction is to him. I voted for Embiid this year. Mm-hmm. But a couple of years ago, I voted for Jokic. Right now, Jokic is the best player on the planet. Yes, above Antetokounmpo, above Embiid, above Durant, above everybody, Jokic. from the way he's played this postseason.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.